What up, what up? So with Fantastic Four First Steps getting ready to come out soon, before I get into the theory, I just want to add, I am so excited for this film. I think this film is going to be absolutely incredible. Well, I even think I'm also hoping it is with all the previous backlash we've had with previous Fantastic Four films. I hope this is the one to really just knock out of the park. But with that, I've been thinking really hard about this Fantastic Four film with everything going on. You know, it looks different, it feels different. I genuinely believe, and I think the general public feels like this who watch Marvel movies, this doesn't take place in the main MCU. And with that, I genuinely believe by the end of this film, the Fantastic Four we see in this movie will be placed into the main MCU timeline that we're used to. But I think there's a caveat. I believe that that version of Reed Richards and the Fantastic Four will lose at the end of their film. Galactus will destroy / eat their world, and they will just have nothing left, leading to them having to flee to our main MCU timeline, which is going to add so much just character development, potential for these characters going forward, because this is going to be, I believe, the first films we watch the heroes lose since Avengers Infinity War, which was almost 10 years ago. Wait. Damn. 7 years ago. Wow, that's crazy. But that's not the point. And I believe it's going to affect all the members differently. You know, Ben Grimm can go from being loved on this version of his Earth to coming to the main MCU and just look like a monster and everyone's just like ill. The Human Torch feels like he could have done more. Sue Storm with her being pregnant and everything. That's a whole nother level of turmoil in that. And then my big theory, my personal opinion with Reed Richards. I think Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards is going to go through the most turmoil regarding the destruction of his Earth. As we see in the trailer, he talks about, you know, trying to contact or stretch the bounds of going into space, and they responded. And with that, I think he's going to blame himself. And that inner turmoil is going to eat him alive, leading to what I think is going to be Pedro Pascal becoming the Maker, which would be similar to the Ultimate Universe and how Reed Richards became the Maker, but obviously very different. It would add a level of turmoil to his character, because when they arrive on 616, the MCU's main Marvel Universe, I can imagine their team dynamic won't be the same. They won't be as much of a family. With all of that just PTSD and watching their Earth that they sought to protect be destroyed can add so much levels of just pain. And I think with the dynamic being different, Sue probably not being as as lovey-dovey as she is probably in this film, because she's just going through her own mental turmoil, and just Reed feel like it's his fault, trying to figure out everything, leads to him becoming the Maker. But again, I could be wrong, but I think it would be awesome if that happens. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this theory.